Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we are back today. We have Utah's primaries, the very last primaries of this said week. So, we'll be talking about Utah, and Utah was kind of the mold of Trump's week. He had it pretty good, as you know, but Utah not so much. Uh, and this is mainly because Utah's politics is very different than the Republican Party's politics in general. Utah is more of a social justice Christian state compared to the evangelical sort of more social right Christian states like we see around the countries like red states like Nebraska, Missouri, the South, the Dakotas, Oklahoma, Texas, etc. Utah is more social justice. That is mainly because of the Mormon faith. The Mormon faith really does determine the values of the state, and the Mormon faith is more about, of course, more of the social justice, sort of reflecting on how Jesus Christ kind of sought out and seeked the poor, seeked the hungry, clothed the naked, etc. And that's mainly their belief in general. And they are going to elect politicians that kind of reflect that. Am I saying Trump Republicans don't follow those values? No. They follow those values in different ways. We have John Curtis, though, and Mitt Romney. They follow those values by lip service. So, and that's not really how you do it, honestly. That's not really how complete you follow Christ's goals, right? But anyway, yes, not really a good night for Trump regardless. We kind of knew John Curtis would win. Curtis was in a good position to begin with. He's a U.S. congressman, and that's probably the reason why most people decided to go out and vote for him. The Trump endorsed candidate Trent Staggs ended up carrying two counties. The very urban county of Washington County, which has the very Mormon city of St. George, is probably one of the biggest Mormon strongholds he ended up carrying in the end of the day. All of these candidates, I believe, are Mormon, so it doesn't really matter. And then there's the county of Iron County. So John Curtis originally was carrying that county near the end of the race, and it was eventually flipped to Trent Staggs, and he ended up carrying that county by 40%. So, very interesting. You'll see that dot here represents St. George. Here. I wish they had the city there, but it's actually pretty bigger, but yes. But you'll see on the end of the day, John Curtis, who ran as a moderate centrist, uh, ended up picking up areas like Salt Lake City, Provo, Davis, Davis County, etc. Ended up carrying more urban areas, and even rural areas in general here. And it's more in the said conservative areas. I was surprised to see Butte County, a county that voted against Mitt Romney in 2018 in the primary, vote for John Curtis by an interesting margin. I believe this county in general, basically, I would say, didn't want, I don't know what to say, didn't come out and vote for, or they were just critical to both candidates in general. So, interesting observation. Brad Wilson gained 12%, 12.7%. Jason Walton, 6.7%. 6 point just general, but you're going to see who performed the best county wise. Grand County, which has shifted to the left ridiculously. Rural, not no real big city, but then again, progressive social Christians usually occupy this county. Yes, even the Republicans. You'll see John Curtis ended up winning this county by 64% of the popular vote. The Trent Staggs 24%. You will then see Staggs, as you know, his best county was Washington County, which is pretty populous. Has St. George, as you know, pretty iconic, but not the biggest urbanist county. But it's more popular than, let's just say, all these counties. But yes, that does make sense. 45%. Iron County apparently is tied. Well, that's what the results by county is saying. The Democratic Party, Caroline Leach, is going to run unopposed. She won the contest unopposed. We can't really find her results, but yes, we can declare Caroline Leach the competitor to, as you know, John Curtis. John Curtis, at the end of the day, the favorite to win. He's prone to win the race in November. So let's talk about the governor's race. And boy, Spencer Cox did not do good. He did not do good at all. Like, let's be honest. Who would come out and vote for Spencer Cox? I know I would go for Phil Lyman because this guy is a fake. This guy's a fake. And yeah, part of it could be because of his Mormon values, and I have nothing against Mormons. Like Trent Staggs is a Mormon, and he's coming out and supporting Trump. But then again, Mormons and Christians support Christ in different ways of the gifts that Christ and God gave them, right? So Spencer Cox specifically thinks that using pronouns and even though calling yourself, hey, I'm Governor Spencer Cox, I'm he, him. I think we know you're he, him. You're growing a beard, mister. You are bald. You are a man. I think we're not dumb. It's like he's insulting us. Like we can't tell. We are incompetent to tell who you are. Of course, people from Salt Lake are going to vote for him. And a lot of people did vote for him in general, mainly because he's the governor. But you'll see a lot of conservative counties, even like example Morgan County and even Washington County, Iron County, Kane County, San Juan County. They're going for Phil Lyman. They just do not like Spencer Cox because he's not really a Republican. He does stuff, he doesn't do anything in favor for the Republican Party. He just sits and does lip service. The Democrats say jump, and he says how high. How high? He does what he's told. And that's good. But when the opponent is telling you, do something, you have to have some sort of defiance to that. Spencer Cox was like, oh, okay, we're all Utah and American after all. Yeah, it's true. I like Spencer Cox's unity, but at the end of the day, the Democrats don't agree with that. And at the end of the day, you have to be some sort of firm. You have to have be somewhat firm enough to hold your opponent accountable. So yeah, absolutely. I'm not surprised Spencer Cox ended up performing 55% of the popular vote. This was more of a morale victory than anything. Spencer Cox got renominated. We knew that. But morale-wise, we didn't know he was going to get 55%. Let's be honest. Yes, Cox performed his best in Salt Lake County, of course. That's probably where the hub of his support is, Republican Party wise. But I would kind of want to look at basically who Lyman is. He's a state representative. Yeah, state representative. I kind of figured. Is he like a lawyer? If he was a lawyer, then Spencer Cox losing to a losing so much votes to a lawyer is a joke, a living joke. Let's see how he did in 2020. Very similar results, guys. Very similar. In fact, he actually lost more counties. He gained counties like these green counties. I think that's another Mormon social candidate. But you'll see Lyman ended up flipping counties. He ended up winning in the southern area. That's how much of a disgrace this guy is. Let's be completely honest. Brian King will be running against Cox in the general. He has won the primary unopposed. Congratulations. The Attorney General's race. Let's go. You'll see that Derek Brown successfully won the primary against his Republican opponents. It looks like he was starting to struggle too. But yes, Derek Brown, 44%, 43%. Just updated now. This is 728. But yes, 43.8% of the popular vote, carrying every county except for San Juan County, which was carried by Rachel Terry, who she ended up carrying the county of San Juan by 32% of the popular vote. Taking a look at Butte County. Butte County, once again, looks like the best performance. It's the most conservative county in the state. But again, is Derek Brown really the rhino? I cannot tell you. I guess you gotta look at who the Trump-endorsed candidates are from Utah in order to really find out. This is the Attorney General. Okay. It looks like Trump did not make an endorsement in this race. Spencer Cox endorsed Brown. Former Governor Herbert endorsed Brown, and so did Mike Lee, senator from Utah. But to be fair, Rachel Terry's not really a credible figure, not really known. Director of the Utah Division of Risk Management and Assistant Attorney General. Okay, maybe she's somewhat known. I can't say she's in the government, so I can't say she isn't. But yeah, let's give it to her. She carried a county. 42% against Frank Myler, who his best county was going to be Rich County, and Rich County must be one of these rural counties. Yeah, I don't know. So yes, that's Rich County. So yes, Derek Brown, and guess what? Rudy Batista is going to be running against Brown unopposed. I mean, no, not unopposed. He won the primary to run in order to run against Brown, of course. Won the primary unopposed, set to face against Brown. And it looks like that is it. Wait, hang on. No, it's not it, because we have state auditor race. Yeah, all the Democrats are running unopposed. You have another primary. You have the Republican state auditor primary. You have Tina Cannon, who won the primary by 56%. That's a pretty big win against Ricky Hatch. Ricky Hatch ended up carrying more conservative counties, so maybe she might be a rhino. But yes, more you got Morgan County, you got Weber County, Daggett County, Daggett County, Garfield County, Butte County, and Beaver County all swinging to Ricky Hatch. But yes, you'll see Cannon's best county is going to be Catch County. Where's Catch County? Right here, right here, right here. Yeah, it's more socially liberal. I mean, we'll vote for Trump and Republican, but politics in the Republican Party side, it's more liberal. For Ricky Hatch, oh yeah, 60% for in Weber County, right here, just north of Salt Lake. 60%. It's probably the only county he got to 60%. So, yes, 56% of the popular vote for Tina Cannon. Ricky Hatch, 43%. Catherine Votes is running, is going to won the primary unopposed on June 25th. And then we have the treasurer's race. Pretty easy. Neil Hansen has won the Democratic primary unopposed, set to face his opponent Marlo Oaks, who won the Republican primary unopposed. The two set to face each other in November. This is the state treasurer. And this is the State Board of Education. I think we're done. I think we're done this time because other half of the races are in the midterms. But yes, what do you guys think in regards to Utah? Not really Trump's best performance, but hey, you know what? I'm surprised he won Utah on November. I mean, not November, but on Super Tuesday against Nikki Haley, seeing how a rock she became, a rock star she became around the country. It's kind of funny because that's not comparable to Donald Trump, who blew Nikki Haley away that night. Yes, blew Nikki Haley to the concession stand. But yes, of course, you got counties like Salt Lake County and Davis County going for Nikki Haley because those are more social progressive areas. And Davis County, although conservative, will vote for Republicans. It's part of the Salt Lake metro. And once again, being a part of the metro, there are going to be a lot of those social progressive Christians there. So, what do you guys think? Let me know down below, and as always, see you all in the next political episode.